Bro, thank you for choosing this video. Welcome back to this channel, a haven for Chelsea news updates. So find a comfortable seat and grab a drink, because this time I'm presenting 10 stories about Chelsea off the pitch that you probably didn't know. I hope to reach 300 likes. By liking this video, I'm even more motivated to provide as much news as possible and as interesting as possible for you. And finally, please comment where you're from. I'd love to know which countries are watching this video.
Chelsea will once again be in the spotlight this weekend when they host Everton at Stamford Bridge. This match is crucial as both teams have the opportunity to climb into the Premier League's top four. The Blues are currently experiencing a difficult period, having failed to win in their last 4 matches, including a 2-1 loss to Atlanta in the Champions League. The match is scheduled for Saturday, December 13th at 3 p.m. UK time, with Stamford Bridge hosting for the first time since late November. However, the match will not be broadcast live on British television due to the 3 p.m. kickoff embargo. The match will also not be available for streaming in the UK. However, highlights of the match can be watched on the Sky Sports app and the Sky Sports Premier League YouTube channel after the match. With just a point separated in the standings, a win would move one of these two teams straight into the top 4. Chelsea have an inconsistent home record, while Everton have been quite strong away from home. The question is, who will capitalize on the momentum and end the day in the Champions League places? Chelsea are back in action in the Premier League this weekend when they host Everton at Stamford Bridge. This match is crucial considering the Blues are winless in their last 4 matches, including a 2-1 loss to Atlanta in the Champions League. Enzo Maresca's side are 8 points behind Arsenal and just 1 ahead of Everton in the standings, making the squad's fitness a major concern heading into Saturday's clash. Several players are certain to be absent. Liam Delap remains sidelined with a shoulder injury sustained last week, although Maresca confirmed there is no fracture and his recovery is progressing more quickly than initially expected. Levi Colwill also remains sidelined with an ACL injury and is not expected to return until the end of the season. In midfield, Dario Esugo and Romeo Lavia are both suffering from thigh problems, with both expected to return in early January 2026. Meanwhile, Wesley Fofana is a doubt after suffering an eye injury in a collision against Atlanta. Maresca hopes the French defender will be able to feature, but a final decision will depend on his condition. Regarding suspension, Moises Caicedo will serve the final match of his 3-match ban following his red card against Arsenal. With so many players out, can Chelsea maintain their solid performance against an informed Everton side? Robert Sanchez has been named the PFA Fans Player of the Month for November 2025. The award is given to the best player voted by fans, and Sanchez's performance was considered crucial to the Blues' progress throughout the month. In 6 matches across all competitions during November, Sanchez kept 4 clean sheets. 3 of those came in Premier League matches against Burnley, Wolves, and Tottenham. His goalkeeping performance has consistently earned praise for his consistency and confidence. Even when Chelsea conceded against Arsenal at the end of the month, Sanchez remained solid. He made several crucial saves and demonstrated excellent penalty area control, helping the team avoid a further defeat. Sanchez beat out 5 other prominent candidates: Morgan Gibbs-White, Maxence Lacroix, Emiliano Martinez, Bukayo Saka, and Callum Wilson. The goalkeeper selection indicates the growing appreciation for his contribution between the sticks for Chelsea this season. Can Sanchez's impressive form continue and make him one of the Premier League's best goalkeepers this season? João Pedro returned to the spotlight after scoring his first Champions League goal, but he still left Bergamo disappointed. Chelsea went home without a point after losing 2-1 to Atlanta, despite having taken the lead. The Blues started the match very well. High pressure, fast play, and finally, the goal came when João Pedro latched onto a Reece James pass in the 25th minute. This was a moment that gave Chelsea the impression of being in control. Several other chances also came, but none were converted into a second goal. Unfortunately, the match changed drastically in the second half. Atlanta played more aggressively, backed by the home fans. A lapse in judgment early in the second half was immediately rewarded with an equalizer. The pressure continued, and Chelsea finally conceded late in the match. After the match, João Pedro emphasized that this should be an important lesson. He believes that in the Champions League, giving even a little space can be enough to bring the opponent back to life. He also emphasized the importance of focus throughout the match, especially in crucial moments. Could this defeat be a wake-up call for Chelsea to bounce back and be more ruthless in taking advantage of opportunities? Trevoh Chalobah delivered a crucial message after Chelsea's 2-1 defeat to Atlanta in the Champions League. The Blues had led at halftime through João Pedro's goal, but played a completely different game in the second half, ultimately losing control and falling to the ground in Bergamo. Enzo Maresca's substitution of Chalobah at halftime, after the defender had already received a yellow card, was a crucial moment. Wesley Fofana came on, but the defensive stability waned, and Atlanta exploited gaps that hadn't appeared in the first half. The 2 goals made Chelsea's chances of automatic qualification to the knockout stage even more difficult. Despite the disappointing situation, Chalobah displayed maturity. He emphasized the need for the team to remain united, especially during a difficult period like this. He said it's easier to be united when winning, but a defeat like this actually tests the team's character. Chalobah also emphasized the importance of maintaining focus early in the second half, as an early goal can change the atmosphere of the match. This defeat puts Chelsea in a difficult position, and they need a win in their remaining matches. Will this result be a turning point for Maresca's squad, as they bounce back in the next match? Enzo Maresca gave his players a firm message ahead of their crucial clash against Everton at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea recently suffered a Champions League defeat to Atlanta, and their 4-match winless streak makes this weekend's match a must-win. Meanwhile, Everton come into the match in much more convincing form, having won 4 of their last 5 Premier League matches. According to reports, Maresca urged his team to immediately shift their focus after the negative result in Bergamo. He emphasized that Chelsea must get back to winning as soon as possible, given their continued pressure in the standings. Everton, now managed by David Moyes, are also expected to be confident. The presence of Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall, who is in hot form with 3 goals in his last 4 matches, adds to the threat posed by Chelsea's defense. The Blues themselves are still plagued by fitness concerns. Cole Palmer is doubtful, while Wesley Fofana has an eye injury and will remain under evaluation until match day. Meanwhile, Everton has received a boost with the return of Idrissa Gueye and Tayam Iroegbunam from suspension. With such contrasting momentum, the big question is, can Chelsea bounce back or will Everton continue their winning run in London? Emmanuel Emegha is back in the spotlight. The Strasbourg striker, who is set to join Chelsea next summer, has been handed a 1-match suspension by his own club. This decision was not based on his on-field performance, but rather on actions deemed disrespectful to the club's values. The problem stemmed from an interview he gave to Dutch media last November. In his statement, Emegha admitted he didn't know Strasbourg's location when he first signed, even assuming the club was from Germany. This statement offended many supporters, especially given the Alsace region's long history of dispute between France and Germany. This season, Emegha has been trusted as captain and has been one of Strasbourg's most prominent players. The punishment signals the club's intention to enforce discipline regardless of a player's status, despite the striker's crucial role in the squad. Chelsea announced Emegha's arrival in September and are awaiting his arrival in London at the end of the season. The Blues hope this situation will not affect the young striker's focus and development before he officially joins the Blues. Axel Disasi is once again in the spotlight ahead of the January transfer window. The French defender has reportedly fallen out of Enzo Maresca's plans since the start of the season, prompting Chelsea to prepare for offers. This situation has immediately attracted interest from 2 Premier League clubs seeking defensive reinforcements. According to reports, Newcastle United and West Ham United both view Disasi as an ideal option to improve squad depth. His experience playing in England and Europe is considered a significant plus, especially for Newcastle, who still have a chance to compete in European club competition next season. West Ham is also interested, as the player can adapt quickly without much environmental adjustment. Previously, there was also interest from foreign clubs such as Juventus and Borussia Dortmund. However, the opportunity to stay in the Premier League is believed to be a priority for Disasi, as he wants to remain at the highest level and maintain his career continuity. Chelsea themselves are reportedly open to releasing him for a lower price than they initially paid to speed up their squad overhaul. The decision now lies with the player: stay in London with West Ham for more playing time, or move to Newcastle, who offer an ambitious project at the top. Where do you think Disasi should go to revive his career?